Well, I hope we're here and we're ready to do the rest of the engine assembly. So as you can see, all the pistons are in. I went ahead and oiled the lifter holes. We're gonna put the lifters in, put the head studs in, and then hopefully put the heads on. And over here, we got all CA625 ARP head studs. So hopefully we can clamp them down. And then we got some Johnson lifters for it. So should be a pretty solid setup, as long as we get it all set up right, but let's get to it. So we got a new piston. Looks pretty good. I cleaned it up at work using a hydrosonic cleaner and Simple Green, and it came out actually better than the other ones did. So this here's the bad one. Something messed up in the skirt. I'm not really sure, whatever though. But just got the new one all put together, and I'm fixing to drop it in the motor, so let's do it. Okay. So we got this all tightened up, flattened on there. Now simple as this, just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tap, tap, taparoo. Good?
Yep.
That's simple as that. Put the cap on, and you're good to go. Fits like a glove. It's in the right way. We're looking good. Well, we're all ready to go. Studs are in, gaskets are on. It's looking pretty good. As you can see here, they do have a front. And as you saw in the time lapse, I put it on backwards, and they're kind of a bitch to take off, so. But we got that all fixed up. Now I gotta unbag these heads. These are just a $7.99 with a 660 spring in them. Had them done up a few years ago. They've just been waiting to get used, so we'll unbag them, clean them up, get them ready to go. Finish prepping our hardware. All the oil's got to be wiped off for proper torque specs, so we'll get back at that. Keep going. So the bolts are in, got all the grease on them for tightening them down. Now we gotta go in this order at steps 1 through 4 up there. So we'll start with 35, 70, then 100, then we'll do the tops to 28 in that order picture. So a lot of people talk about different torque specs. I always just do what the manufacturer says, because I'm sure they tested it and I definitely haven't. So let's get to torquing. Well, that's about it. We're doing the little bolts now. They go to 28. And that's pretty much wraps up installing the head. But I like tomorrow morning I'll probably come out and hit them all again, just at 100, and then do these at 28 just to let everything kind of settle out over the night. But other than that, that's about it. That's it. So got the windage tray on, oil pump on, got some blue Loctite on the cam bolts here, and now you're just supposed to put a little bit of oil in the oil pump inlet. So we'll just kind of let that be out. I'll grab a bottle and do it. Should have some over here. A collection of oil. This stuff will work right here. Riley's unit. I'll put good oil in it once we're all ready. Can I do it without making a mess, or we can fill that thing up too, I suppose. There we go. Nice. Good to go there. Get the pan on, and we're ready to flip it over.
You're gonna paint this?
Pan's on. Taping it up so we can paint it all. Should be good to go. Everything fit pretty good. Hopefully it fits in the car, yet to be determined. We're painting. So it's the next day. We got the starter on, the pan on, the engine's all painted, flywheel's on and torqued, and then of course my favorite part, the front balancer. The last time I assembled one of these, the bolt on the front balancer broke inside the crankshaft and I had to take the entire thing back apart. So always make sure you replace the bolt. So now we're getting ready to put the transmission on. This is a reed case glide, 1/8" input shaft, pro brake, 10 clutch, all the good stuff. So then we got to match that up to a 1740 PTC converter made for a big shaft. So gonna fill this up with some oil and get it in the transmission and then slap it up to the motor and we should be ready to stick it in the engine bay. I decided I'm gonna redo all the fuel lines, so I removed a lot of stuff inside of here and then of course painted the engine bay and it turned out pretty awesome. So let's get to it. Well, the engine is on the transmission, but we have one small problem. I listened to someone on the internet and this spline count is incorrect for what I need. So I'll have to send that back to PTC, but for now, we're gonna load all this up and put it in the car because I can't do much else with it without having the transmission in and the motor. So it's going in anyway. I'll take the trans out when I get the converter back, but is what it is. We'll get it all figured out and get going. Well, the motor's in. We're getting ready to calculate our push rod measurement, and I also have the turbo head. Kind of sketchy. The thing is like 75 pounds, but it works. So then we're gonna start figuring how to build off our down tubes, and I got a Maven mount in here, and we're gonna make a little bit of a, almost like an elevator thing. So once I get it mounted, I can scooch all this down and then pull it out and up, and then when I put it back in, do that, and then raise it back up on the mounts, because I kind of like it because it fits right in between these two bars, just about perfectly. And then I really won't have to trim too much of the bumper to make it fit good. So far it actually fits pretty damn good. I like it. But right now, we're gonna get this figured out. This car has Johnson lifters in it, so they're gonna have a little longer push rod than most people do, but we'll get all the calculations right and get them on order so we can get this thing going. Well, I kind of cut that video off a little short, but all we did was talk and take measurements for intercooler size. And as it looks right now, I'm not gonna be able to run an air-to-air intercooler for how much power I need and how big they have to be to actually work good. It's just not gonna fit. So we're gonna have to run an air-to-water intercooler setup. Really don't like that. I don't like dragging all the ice around. I don't like, especially for street stuff, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. I already have the one in mind. I like the precision. I think it's PT1001 style. I had it on my last car, it worked pretty good, but I might get a frozen boost one. They're handle a little more power, much cheaper, so that's the plan. But right now we decided to take a little break and vacation into Arizona. It's 85 degrees out here and it's absolutely wonderful. My girlfriend and I are having a lot of fun, but we'll be back on Friday night to get things going and hopefully get that turbo mounted. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.